Yo, what's going on? It's Terrell, Hall of Fame, D-Line, TBKC, whoo, and all that sweet, beautiful, wonderful shit. Check it out, man. I had like a great talk, not a great topic, but a great talk with my friend Mark, man, and that's the owner of Remus, by the way, that Mark. And I tell you, you know, we have to get to a point of stop overthinking this American bully thing. And what I tell y'all by that is, sorry about that, moving that thing around, give me a little light. But the rules of this game have been changed for many reasons. And one of those reasons is definitely to allow losers to win. You know, and it's one of the reasons why I continuously will say that we just are in two different games nowadays, you know. And some people think like, oh, you know, why are you so mad about this? Why are you so mad about that? Other people immediately understand. And that's what lets you know that we're speaking two different languages. Some of you come on here and you immediately like, yeah, I understand what you're talking about because I understand the health of the dogs. I understand that, you know, it pisses me off from a basic mindset that I see these dogs and they can't breathe, they can't move, they can't do this, they can't do that. And then other people are just like, man, you know, just the way the game is going, and you know, old school cats are just mad because a lot of y'all mad because y'all can't afford this and that. That type of stupid ass mentality. And the thing of it is that we are just speaking two different languages. You know what I mean? We truly are. We're speaking the type of difference that we will never see eye to eye. When you have a person who doesn't even have the intellect to understand that health has become a serious issue in this breed, and that, you know, breeding dogs is about consistency and not, you know, popularity, it's going to be a huge difference in mentality, you know. It's just that simple. From my own perspective, I could tell you guys this. I could make any dog that I want to, you know. I can make any dog that I want to. Any dog, you know. If you said go make a dog like Magoo, I can make a dog like Magoo, and I can tell you very simply how I would make a dog like Magoo. It would not be hard, you know. I would take me a little bit of a oldie bulldog. I would take that oldie to hell, you could take that oldie to a dog like Mandela, who's already got a ton of bone, a ton of thickness, you know, head size, all of that. Run that oldie, maybe even English, to a dog like Mandela with that size. Tighten it up and run it back to some Denzel shit. Boom, you got a dog that looks a whole lot like Magoo. You know what I mean? Just keeping the substance, keeping the size. Basically, Magoo was made by using Stella, who looked, you know, who had a ton of Denzel's looks, already had the bone and everything like that. And I'll tell y'all, it's just bottom line, Dax is not his father. So y'all can believe what y'all want to believe, but Dax is not his father. It's a reason why he doesn't carry a lot of Dax's phenotype, and it's a reason why throughout the family of the muscle tone dogs that you haven't seen a lot of the normal Dax features that you see, you know, come up out of those dogs, like those weird colored eyes that the Dax dogs have, or the Dax look. It's the reason why you don't see that. Dax is not his father. That's been exposed many a times, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? You know, the thing with a dog like Rocco is that same difference. You can add a lot of bulldog. Rocco is an anomaly because Rocco was meant to be a very small dog. Like I said, you look at his daddy, exotic. I don't give a fuck what they say. When your mama is an exotic and has won awards as an exotic, and you look a lot like your mama, you're an exotic. And they were breeding for another small, short, exotic dog, and Rocco just pulled from somewhere and got big as hell. And, you know, he produces a lot of dogs that look like bulldog type of dogs. You know, I could mix in different bulldogs like they could. I've got experience with Alapahas and different things like that. But the thing of it is that myself, and I'm only speaking for myself, I've never bred for popularity, and I've always had the understanding and the education through experience of dealing with other dog men, old dog men that I respect. Even Dave Wilson, you know what I mean? Even our time together, and him telling me some of his experiences and putting that together with experiences that I had previous to him. It's so much to be lost in the way that it's breeding now, and this is why I'm not like, you know, Nostradamus of dogs or anything, but like if you go back on these videos, I'll tell you, there's videos that are on here that's like 10 years old, right? And I'm telling you exactly the state of the American Bully today. You know, I'm telling you exactly the state of the American Bully today 10 years ago, because you can see it coming. These genetics were never meant to be mixed together. And as you create a breed, many of you have heard me say this before, is that it takes time, you know. And the time factor of creating a breed goes into the fact that, oh man, yeah, excuse me, it is very early. But the time factor goes into this quite simply that it takes time to work out all the kinks of the dogs. Now, what you have is you have two different types of breeders. You have one that's breeding for what's real with the breed. Then you have some who's breeding, you know what I mean, for what they want in a breed, you know what I mean? And it's two different things, and really our mindsets, it's no need for us to argue anymore. It's no need for us to have these posts where we go back and forth. It isn't. I'm being honest with y'all, and I'm telling y'all this, you know. You have, we're going to talk about that next. In the next video, but you have, you know, even some of the so-called OG breeders of the game, and these guys who are supposed to be guys who, you know, set the table, you know, they're full of shit too, man, and we'll talk about that next. But if you're a breeder, please understand that if you just do, say for instance, like the cleaner look, if you are going for the original American Bully look and trying to perfect that, I keep yawning, man, damn. Perfect that, and you're trying to find a better way with these dogs, it's not going to come by way of arguing with these people. You know, it's like arguing with a 3-year-old. You know, anybody who's willing to believe that you can continuously change the dog, one of their main lines is always substance, a lack of bone, a lack of size, a lack of this, you know, oh yeah, you've got that. That's their excuse. But the thing that I always want to point out to you guys is that they never speak about health. They never speak about actual structure. The whole thing of type, they always say, oh, type, that's a myth in itself, because breed type is actually the standard, and the standard is very, very much so inclusive to talk about the health, the temperament, and the structure of the dog. And the biggest problem that we have is all they talk about is size and weight. And then they've made this thing to where the classic is not American Bully anymore, and the classic is a way for them to demean other dogs as they transition to making this a bulldog breed. The word extreme has been thrown around. It's a very, very extreme breed. This is mind games, man. And like I say, this is a 2-part video pretty much, but it's mind games, and we have to get in our minds that we're no longer a part of their breed, you know? And well, let's just say they're no longer a part of our breed. Because when you have dogs, say for instance like Suarez has very, very beautiful dogs. Some would think that Suarez's dogs are way too small. Myself, I like them a little bulkier than Suarez's, but at the same time, I don't see how you just negate that a dog who has every American Bully attribute besides the weight factor of some would not be an American Bully. That's just a super conditioned bully. And that goes to preference, because there is no weight limit on there. The frame is wide enough with the chest, the structure, the head shape, everything else, that it's an American Bully. You know, there is no weight limit on there, and not in any standard is there a weight limit. Not in any standard is there talking about that the dog has to have like a certain level of bone. The bone density and all of that is equal to, you can tell when the bone is thin, you definitely can, but you can be a more conditioned dog with thick bone. You know, it doesn't have to be tree trunk bone, it doesn't have to be bulldog bone, it doesn't have to be that. And in our breed standard, it never said that it had to be those things that they're making it now. Well, you can see a great difference in what they're calling an American Bully today compared to what they are back in the day. In the standard, they keep changing it. You know, it's one of the most appalling things to me that you would down a dog. Say, for instance, the dog that I talk about, and you know, I mean, he's my guy. You know, he's one of my guys. But you talk about a dog like Remus, for instance. You talk about dogs like King Kamali, for instance. You know, and some of the you know, it's funny that they never try that with Denzel anymore, to say that he doesn't have type. It's, you know, it's other stupid shit. You know, but the thing of it is that how do you say that those dogs are not American Bullies? You're talking about 85, 90-pound dogs. I've even seen them go as far as to say King Kamali wouldn't be a bully anymore because of this, that. I mean, it's ridiculous. You know, it's ridiculous to talk about conditioned, well-muscled dogs with good head size, good bone, great structure are not American Bullies, but we're willing to accept something of the nature of a Mr. Beans. A sloppily built dog that was very much so steroided up, you know, couldn't breathe, couldn't move. You know, we've even had to the points, and I'm gonna tell y'all, you know, just the whole thing, and I'm not beating up on Samson, but just like their agenda where they're trying to push a dog like Samson, but you don't bring up the fact that the bear is a lot better dog than Samson. You know, a lot better structured than Samson, a lot better overall conformation and flow than Samson. It's because they're pushing their agendas, and they want us to just say, make the dog bigger. We don't care about aesthetics of the dog. Make the dog bigger. We don't care about health of the dog. And it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of, because ultimately it's going to kill the breed. It's just that simple. Ultimately, it's trying to kill the breed, and that's why we're going to do the bully renaissance. This is going to be a beautiful thing for us to come in and do what we're doing, to create our own lane, to be able to do exactly what it is that we do. You know, exactly what it is that we do, and judge it the proper way that will create, you know, some kind of longevity. Longevity is our key. Longevity is the thing that's going to make us who we are, not these things that they're trying to push. It's just that simple. And I think the next video is going to bring into greater detail of what I'm saying as to far as whereas these OGs played a role into this. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Much love. Peace.